See that? See that sign up there? That's from a subscriber. And they asked me, exactly what do you have against bleach, Pam? Please tell. Maybe you can do a video about it. They are asking that question because you will hear me say in a lot of my cleaning videos or disinfecting videos that I maybe use isopropyl alcohol or even vinegar, baking soda, a lot of other things, but I do not like bleach. I may even say you can use bleach, but you can use bleach. I'm not using it, okay? So here I am to explain what I have against bleach, okay? First of all, we are talking about bleach. Pure bleach, household bleach, the bleach you put in your laundry, the bleach you disinfect with, the bleach you clean your toilet with, the bleach you mop with, the bleach you clean whatever with, the bleach that does this. I mean, actually on here it says kills 99% of germs, kills certain viruses, keeps whites brighter longer, disinfects and deodorizes. So why wouldn't I use bleach? Why don't I like bleach? Well, I'll give you a little backstory first. Years ago, I used to use bleach just like everybody else did, mostly in my laundry. But what I realized was that the more I used bleach on my whites so that they would be brighter longer, they weren't white. They were yellow. They had a yellowish tinge to it, a dingy tinge to it. It did not make your whites brighter. If you have anything white that you regularly use bleach on so that it will brighten it up, put it up against something that's brand new and white, or put it up something that you haven't even used bleach on that's white. Take it outside and look at it in the sunlight, in the daylight, when you have natural light, and you'll see that yellowish tinge in it, okay? So I don't know about this keeping whites brighter, all right? But not only do I just not like bleach, but it says bleach is not toxic and is generally, keyword, generally, not harmful to humans if, keyword if, used as directed. It didn't say it's not harmful. It said generally it's not harmful. It didn't say it's not toxic. Generally, it's not toxic. If there's too many questions in there for me, that's number one. But did you know that bleach, if ingested by mistake, however, it could have got in your mouth, you could have swallowed some. I've heard of people rinsing their mouth out with bleach. You could accidentally swallow it. Do you know that bleach that is ingested can cause nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, burns to the mouth, throat, and stomach? And concentrated bleach, which this says concentrated, can cause permanent damage to the gastrointestinal system and even death. Why would I want that around me for the possibility thereof? You could be soaking a cup and maybe it has water in it and just a tad bit of bleach. Someone else could come by and see it and just think it's water in a cup and drink it. Who knows? You may forget and drink it. There's a lot of possibilities there that I personally choose not to be around. Inhalation, just breathing. There is no way anybody can use bleach and not smell it unless you can't smell, okay? You're gonna smell it. You're going to smell. If you smell it, you are inhaling it. Breathing in bleach over time can cause cancer and in children, respiratory illnesses. Breathing it can also damage your gastrointestinal system, your gastrointestinal tract. It can also cause pneumonia and damage to your kidneys. So a lot of people run around getting pneumonia, but have they been around bleach? Have they been inhaling bleach? Have they been cleaning their house with bleach? Some people use it excessively. Some people use it in their dishwater, and they clean this when they're using it every day, more than once a day. You're inhaling that every time you pour it out of the container. There is no way on God's good earth that you can't smell it when you pour it out. You're inhaling it. I choose not to take those risks. Mixing it with another chemical. You can just simply do this by accident. Ammonia, toilet bowl cleansers, other cleansers. Mixing it with any other kind of chemical on purpose or by accident. That can cause dangerous gases like chlorine gas. That can be fatal. I don't want any parts of it. Again, these are the reasons why I personally am against bleach. Your skin is the largest cell that you have. Your skin, it's the largest you have. Not only can it just irritate the skin, it can cause burns. Have you ever had bleach on your fingers, just your fingertips, and they felt not numb, but smooth or slippery, or you could tell something was on there, and even when you washed your hands really, really well, you could still feel a tinge of something on your hands. Why do you think you need to wear gloves? And depending on the gloves, it's if gloves never tear. They rubber. Even if you use cloth gloves, if you use some kind of cloth gloves, they're going to sink through, even the heavy duty rubber. It can break, it can tear. The possibilities are just there, and they're too many. And it's bad for the environment, okay? It is bad for the environment. It can harm aquatic life, wildlife, and humans if it gets in the waterways. And it can impact the water and the vegetation. So I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not a fan of it. Oh, let's not forget the bleach residue. The bleach residue. Did you even know? Do you even have a clue that bleach can be toxic even after it dries? So you got pets. Did you know they could get sick just by licking the floor after you mopped it with bleach, even though it's dried? Yes, the residue of bleach is toxic. And the fumes from it can affect your eyes, your mouth, just from the fumes of bleach. Why would I want something so toxic that can be so lethal? Why would I want to use that when there are so very many other options? I mean, you can accidentally just be cleaning with it, and you're cleaning with something else, and you forget maybe you poured some in there and you mix it and it creates this chlorine gas that, that's been used as a chemical weapon. There's nothing to play with. Why would I even remotely want to use something? Why would you want to remotely use something like that? I don't get it. So you ask me, what exactly do I have against bleach? Bleach is also corrosive to metal surfaces. So if it gets on something metal, it can corrode it. So you say, okay, you don't like bleach. What do you like? Well, here are my Pam's POV. These are my go-to alternatives: vinegar, distilled white vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, lemon juice, even borax, and citric acid. Citric acid is a natural bleach. So if you ask me, what would I use instead of bleach? I would use those things. And if you notice, I hear a lot of people say, if you have black mold, use bleach. It will clear the bleach up. You'll see the bleach. It will clear the mold up. You'll see the mold go away relatively quickly, right before your eyes. But you see, even when you use bleach on something like black mold that you need to get rid of, if you pay attention, it'll get rid of the black mold relatively immediately. But then over time, anywhere from a few days to a few weeks to maybe a month, the black mold reappears. So you really haven't gotten rid of the black mold. When you put bleach on black mold, you're in essence putting a Band-Aid on the sore. And until you find the root cause of the problem, why is mold growing? What is causing the mold to grow? And you eliminate the source, the problem is still there. All you're doing with the bleach, baby, is putting a Band-Aid on it. Okay? And in the midst of putting that Band-Aid on the mold, you're breathing in the fumes. It may come in contact with your skin. It could, a splash and a drop could get in your eyes, amongst other things. So while you're putting a Band-Aid on the mold because everyone says put bleach on black mold, then you are not solving the problem. Because down the road, the black mold is coming back. I guarantee you that. Find yourself some mold, pour some bleach on it, and go back in a few weeks to see if the mold ain't came back because you didn't get rid of the problem. That's just like health issues. You put a Band-Aid on it, you got a headache, and you keep getting a headache, and you keep getting a headache, and you keep taking some aspirin or some ibuprofen for the headache, and the headache keep coming back. That's because you're putting a Band-Aid on the headache. You ain't solved the problem. Why are you having the headache? You have to come to the root source of the problem and go forward from there. Until you solve the problem, you ain't doing nothing but putting a Band-Aid on it. And that's what bleach does. So I'm sorry, y'all got me on a rant. I am sorry, but that is why you hear me in my videos saying, but I don't use bleach. So if you want to use bleach, but I ain't using it. All right. These are the reasons. And that's exactly why I do not like bleach. It can be toxic and even lethal. And it can be very harmful to humans. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate each and every one of you all. Please take a second and subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell so you won't miss anything. Don't forget to check out my other two channels at The Scaredy Cat Gardener if you are a gardener or want to, and Cooking at Pam's Place for some delicious and amazing recipes. I'm Pam, and this is my POV.